So I went 2 weeks without meat. I messed up one day this past Tuesday and I had fried chicken. It was delicious. But aside from that, I kept it clean. I did no meat. 2 weeks. I started out the first week just, okay, I'm gonna go a week and then I can have meat, and then basically I was just trying to trick myself so I would stick with it instead of telling myself, oh no, you have 14 days, half a month without meat. I was just like, you know what, let's just get through the first 7, see how it goes. I can stop at any time. Okay, so my battery died, but I'm back. So what it was like with the no meat. So the first week I just kind of free balled it and I didn't really have any recipes lined up. And yeah, I just went with what I had at home. I noticed right off the bat that my vegetable intake went up, thank goodness, because sometimes I barely eat vegetables, and so a lot of it was just like spinach, things like carrot chips. The carrot chips are like the carrots that are just like cut kind of thinly and they kind of look like chips, but they're not like dehydrated or crunchy or anything like that. But yeah, things like spinach, carrot chips, some zucchini, squash, that nature. And thankfully those are all high in glutathione too. So it's like I got those in. I think I probably got more glutathione, and 100% I would say I think I lost some weight. Yeah, cutting out meat. And so if you don't want to lose weight, if you're trying to bulk, then honestly I would say look into some meal replacement shakes, just protein shakes, things like that to help you, because 100% I lost some weight. Though I'm not really mad about it, because so this coincided with me starting to work out again as well, and so I guess that could have kind of been a bit of it. But most of the time when I was working out, I was working with weights, so I wasn't doing any cardio. So I'm still going to put this all on the cutting meat. Basically, I lost some weight. So there's that. One of the drawbacks to it was sometimes I would feel hungry shortly after eating, and I think it's just my stomach just wasn't used to not having any heaviness in it. Sometimes meats can take up a lot of room. It takes longer to digest meat, obviously, and so you feel maybe stuffed, maybe overly full, but you just feel heavier a little longer than you normally would if you're eating mostly vegetables or other grains, because I did have a lot of grains. I kind of sucked with the fruit, and I have everything to make like fruit smoothies, but I just never made one. But I got in a lot of vegetables. I noticed that I would want another snack. Thankfully I had healthy options, but yeah, shortly thereafter, without having meat. The good thing is my taste buds adapted, because before, you kind of always feel like, oh my gosh, I don't have meat, I'm not completely satisfied with this meal, I'm still hungry. But I would say around the second week that got easier. Like I could look at my meal, I could eat it, I could still feel satisfied even though I didn't have that heaviness in my stomach. But 100%, I definitely found myself needing like a snack bar or something to get through until the next meal. I also found myself really loving cheese. Cheese is one of my favorite little snacks that I would have to get me through. I would slice off a little bit of Haverty cheese and put it on one of those Pepperidge Farms, their charcuterie board crackers, and yeah, just basically go down. I was smart, and I tried to get in a variety of different raw vegetables, and so pico really helped me do that. And I found that I could use pico in a million different ways. I think I had pico on eggs, I had pico on spinach, I put pico on a bagel, I put pico in my avocado mash. I was making some avocado toast. I really just tried to use it, and I think it was great because there's some fresh herbs, the cilantro in there, there's raw tomatoes and raw onion, and both of those are high in glutathione, and so you get the most glutathione out of raw vegetables and fruits. So I ate a lot of spinach, but I cooked it almost every time. I think one hack for the cooking spinach, especially if you're trying to lose weight, I know it's when you think of sauteing, you think of putting a little bit of olive oil or a little bit of coconut oil in the bottom of the pan, but I really just invite you to look at it in a new way and try to cook and saute your spinach without oil. So maybe like if you have like some non-stick cooking spray, obviously spray your pan so like, you know, it doesn't stick. But other than that, don't put anything else in the pan and just throw in like 2 big handfuls of spinach, because like, you know, it wilts up and it gets really small. So 2 big handfuls should cover the complete bottom of your pan, and yeah, it'll cook just like that. And go ahead and season it with like whatever seasonings you like, garlic, paprika, onion powder, and that will taste just as great as if you would have had a little bit of cooking oil in there. Another thing like to spice it up was putting the chickpeas in. Chickpeas are great, especially if you're working out and you're trying to get more protein, because garbanzo beans are great in protein, just like black beans are. A lot of like legumes are, kidney beans, though I don't really want those at breakfast, but I noticed that when I'm working out and I'm working like to build muscle and things like that, I can easily get in weird things that are high in protein no matter what time of the day. So yeah, that means black beans with, you know, pancakes in the morning sometimes, but it's more about like fueling your body than what goes with each other. Another thing I think is nice is like slicing up fresh tomato, putting some garlic on it. I can't think of the other herb's name that's supposed to go on it too, but basically it's just the 3 main ingredients of like a caprese salad or something like that. I did that one time, just minus the herb. That was pretty good, like as a snack in between, because like I said, sometimes you're just gonna feel like you need more fuel. I don't know if that's because I started working out again, so I was burning most of what I was putting into my body, so of course I have to, you know, get more in, or if it was just because I didn't have that heaviness in my stomach from the meat. I think that was another good snack idea. I think the hardest part of this was just figuring out what to eat. The second week I did better with planning. I was like, okay, I'm gonna change this up a little bit. So I got out like the green bell peppers, the red bell peppers, I had some other squash, and started putting my, well, I always use my air fryer, but started putting that to good use. When it came to like wanting like bad food, because like I noticed like all the bad food that I would usually eat, like fried chicken, which obviously I did eat that one day, but most of it is surrounded like by meat. It's like I had to really think of like, okay, so what is something that like you get out but like it's still gonna taste good even without meat? So pizza. Papa John's has like a bomb garden pizza. I definitely enjoyed that. Or even like making a pizza at home, like taking a bagel, putting some tomato sauce on it, some mozzarella or whatever cheese, and then putting like mushrooms on it, or olives, or just go all out, do red peppers and stuff like that. But things like that was really cool. I did get some recommendations for some sausage, because like I really missed my breakfast sausage. So I got some really good recommendations for, I think it was either vegetarian or it was vegan, a breakfast sausage. And sadly I couldn't find it at Walmart. I think only Target had it in stock. All in all, I think the 2 weeks went great. And even though I'm eating meat again now, like I find myself like whatever meat portion comes in like with my meal, I'll only do it like for like 1 meal of the day. And usually like I only like cut it in half and I put the rest of the meat away. So it's like, I don't know, I'm getting back into meat, but my body is kind of happy just not really doing it. I think it's the flavor that I miss, but I don't really want the heaviness. I know that sounds weird. So I see myself doing like and it's not even hard, like I'm not doing it like, oh, I need to do this, like I want to. And so yeah, just getting like a really small portion of the meat. Like I had chicken parmesan the other night, and usually it's like a lean chicken breast, and it's, you know, breaded, and it's, you know, it's really good, but I just didn't want all that. Like, I don't know, I just didn't want it all. And so I actually cut it into thirds, and so I took a third and like just saved the rest for just like another day. Made this Creole like rice, and rice, legumes, tomato, other seasonings, and sausage and shrimp. And even with the sausages, like I was kind of like flicking some of them out and just to where I would have like 2 or 3, because like I miss the taste. But I think if you do anything for 7 days straight, usually it's easier to make it a habit. And so I didn't quite do it 14 days straight, because I did say I did break down and had fried chicken last Tuesday. So, you know, that day I would say I just made up for that day another day. You definitely just kind of get into the groove of like seeing, oh, I don't really need meat with everything. And so either way, it was a cool experience, and I like it because it helped me to get my body to where I want it to be, because mostly it was just, oh, I have like a Halloween party to go to, I want to look my best, and so it helped, you know, slim down, as well as like waist training and obviously working out. But the food is a very important factor in it as well. And then if you look at like the overall picture, higher glutathione levels if you eat cleaner or more vegetables and things like that. So either way, I don't see how, like, you can't win, or you can't win. I don't see how you can't win when you do this. Basically, like, you're only going to like win, like there's only going to be like benefits. So I'm continuing on my workout journey, and yeah, I'll probably like still post some meals and just, you know, ideas that everyone else could, you know, maybe benefit from.